The other day, we learned that Game Freak had suffered a massive data breach not too long ago. I believe it was back in August it had happened. And it was something that caught a lot of people's attention. It was something that was very shocking. And it's something that put Pokemon in the headlines as of late. And and this is on top of the whole controversy with Nintendo and Pal World and Pokemon Company and the suit going on against Pal World. And it seems like Pokemon's been getting all this unexpected publicity. And now it's something that people are talking about right now is the fact that we're supposed to be getting a live action Pokemon series that's supposed to be coming to Netflix sometime in the future. The expected um, release time frame for the Pokemon live action series is sometime in 2025. We have no idea when exactly it's going to come out, but I actually read somewhere that was in development. So I'm not exactly sure if it's going to come out in 2025. It could possibly come out a little bit later, but the live action Pokemon series is something that I find very interesting because for the most part, I'm used to seeing anime in relation to anything Pokemon related. And I think a live action Pokemon series is something that's not impossible if done right. Just look at Detective Pikachu and the AI that was used for that. And Detective Pikachu was considered to be one of the better video game movies of the teens decade. And and I don't know. I mean, I'm not exactly sure like how they're going to pull off certain certain aspects of a Pokemon live action series because I believe I believe like Red is supposed to be the main character, and for those who don't know, Red was like a silent protagonist from the earlier Pokemon games back in Generation One, because obviously Ash Ketchum wasn't cool enough to be the main character in Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow. But I digress. Um, but yeah, I do feel that a Pokemon live action series is something that, if done right, it could definitely be a big deal. And for those who don't know, back in the day, you had silent protagonists like Red. He was considered to be a silent protagonist, and and I'm not exactly sure how that would work in a live action series because I believe Nintendo is working on a movie for Legend of Zelda, and Link is a silent protagonist throughout the entire series, and I'm not exactly sure how they're going to pull that off. But but yeah, there are certain things that people are concerned about in relation to a Pokemon live action series, and I don't think like despite how the finished product looks, I don't think like whether it's good or bad, I don't think it's something that's going to end up ruining the series because Pokemon is still very very popular to this day. Pikachu is a larger than life character within the gaming industry, and the Pokemon franchise, last time I checked, was worth at least $100 billion, and it's been around since like the mid '90s, like '96, '97, and and you look at Pokemon, you look at Netflix, they got so many other Pokemon like television series on Netflix. You got Pokemon Horizons, you got Pokemon Journeys, you got Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, you got Pokemon Master Journeys, and so on. So, Pokemon is heavily featured on Netflix. And I feel like for the most part, this is something that would stand out a little bit more than the animated series because it's something that you don't see, like, you don't really see too often for the most part. And, and I don't know, like when it comes to making live action, series of popular animes or video games, I feel like Netflix hasn't been, horrible at it or anything like that because I look at I look at Yu Yu Hakusho. They made a live action series for Yu Yu Hakusho, and I believe it came out in 2023. And honestly, it was something that actually it was better than what I thought it was originally going to be, but at the same time, it still felt like, cosplayers, playing a role and all that stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like, Yu Yu Hakusho is just something that was better off as an anime. But But yeah, I mean, a Pokemon live action series is something that I would be interested in seeing personally. I'm pretty sure the gaming community would be interested in seeing that as well. I have no idea what the budget is going to look like, and I have no idea exactly who's going to be featured or casted in specific roles. But I do feel like a retelling of like some of the older like stories within the Pokemon franchise is something that should have been done a long, long time ago in live action format. And I'm excited to see what the series is going to look like, how long it's going to be, how many seasons it's going to get, and what type of reception it's going to receive once it comes out in the future.